Hey, welcome in. Well, here's a little glimpse into our dystopian future where everybody lives in bubbles. And here's a headline here. Brace yourselves for the arrival of bubble concerts. It says the Flaming Lips just performed a bubble concert in Oklahoma City. And I have to wonder, why the hell would anybody want to do anything inside a bubble? And I just want to say, first off, this is nothing against the Flaming Lips. I don't actually know their music all that well. I remember hearing some of it a long time ago and thinking, yeah, it's pretty good. So this is nothing about the Flaming Lips. This is more just about how just increasingly weird and bizarre and insane things are becoming normalized. Like wearing a giant bubble to go to a concert. Anyway, what do they say about this? This past Monday, the Flaming Lips might have shown the world what the future of live concerts will look like. Well, if that is the future of live concerts, I will not be attending any. I mean, it sounds awful, being in a bubble. I mean, here we got some pictures here, right? I mean, look at this, people in bubbles. I mean, at a concert, I mean, aren't you going to be like sweating? Isn't it going to be disgusting in the bubble? Aren't people going to be like out of their heads on like drugs and booze and like passing out and dying and stuff? But anyway, performing at the Criterion in Oklahoma City, the band tested out a bubble concert idea, where both the performers and each audience member was encased in a giant inflatable bubble. It says, apparently the happening was primarily a way to shoot a new music video, but also served as a test run for the band, who has been toying with the idea of bubble concerts since the pandemic first hit. According to Brooklyn Vegan, the band is still working out all the logistics, and the concerts won't happen until sometime after Election Day. My personal feeling is that it's been so politicized at this point, the current health crisis, that after the election, it may actually just start to, or at least the rhetoric might start to be toned down on it a little bit. And then just gradually it will just start to recede as the world realizes that it's going broke. But that's just my theory, and I could be wrong. But it doesn't change the fact that being in a bubble for an entire concert sounds like an awful, claustrophobic, gross experience to me. I can't imagine many people would want to do this. And if you're saying to yourself, well, it's just until there's a vaccine. Well, you could be waiting a lot longer than you think for the vaccine. And if when it does come out, it works about as well as the flu vaccine, well, I guess you better start shopping for your bubble now. I mean, if people are willing to go to a concert and be inside of a literal bubble for the whole concert, I mean, there's really nothing they won't do. Are we just going to see people like rolling down the street in their bubble? Are they going to have to expand all like the doorways everywhere so people can get in and out of buildings in their bubble? And you know what? I just thought, what happens if a wasp gets in there? Because, I mean, obviously there must be some kind of opening to allow air into it. What if a wasp gets in there? Then you're in big trouble. And I can tell you what else. You better not get into that bubble after a chili night. That's going to be a big mistake. Just going to interrupt for 1 second to say, if you like this content, subscribe so you can see more. Thanks a lot. But anyway, it says here, the band is still working out all the logistics, like, I guess, how to convince people to give them money to have a horrible experience. I mean, the sound quality isn't going to be very good inside of a bubble. That's for sure. Or they have to now put little speakers inside the bubble so you can hear them properly. This is not making any sense to me. Aside from just being dystopian and horrible. I mean, I know that rock stars probably spend money pretty quickly and they need to keep, making more money to live, expensive lifestyles. I'm sure some of them are frugal and careful. Probably most of them not. I know they need to still keep making money. And I think concerts are primarily the way that a lot of them make their money these days with the collapse of the record industry. But trying to turn everybody into Bubble Boy, I don't know if that's really I don't know. Let's see. So, speaking to Brooklyn Vegan, what is Brooklyn Vegan? Brooklyn Vegan, I thought it might be a person. I thought that might be a person's name. So it's, I guess it's a New York online magazine. Let's see. So the Flaming Lips said, quote, I think the kind of dilemma we're all in is that we are waiting for it to go back to normal, or we are starting to plot. Quote, what's the future look like? What is the future of live music? Well, I mean, I don't really see there being a future unless society suddenly adopts some modicum of stoicism. because I'm not sure that the vaccine is going to be a magic pill that everybody thinks it's going to be. Again, I don't know, but I think it's quite plausible to imagine that it's not going to work out perfectly. And it's quite likely that rock stars are still going to need things. They're still going to need money to buy things that keep them up till very late at night. Anyway, let's finish this off. Whether the concept will catch on and how exactly it might work in terms of arena size. What are they going to have? Like, how many people do they think they're going to get to go into be in a bubble for 2 hours, 3 hours? I mean, how do they keep all those people from dying from heat exhaustion? But anyway, audio quality and sanitation. Well, sanitation's a big one, isn't it? But I guess at least, what happens in the bubble stays in the bubble. So maybe, I guess that's a plus, but you got to stay in there with it. Will everyone have to purchase his or own bubble? How are we even talking about this? People buying their own bubbles, or do they rent them? Let's see. Are they reusable objects? How are they going to be cleaned of the sweat that's intrinsically connected to a live music experience? Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a bubble cleaner, I can tell you that. Yeah, you can just imagine being somebody tasked with cleaning these things and just thinking to yourself, God, I hope I only find sweat in them. But anyway, let's see. We praise the band for being proactive and leading the charge in creative ways. We need concerts back and are willing to jump around in a giant bubble to experience the musical excitement we so ardently miss. So thank you, the Flaming Lips. Well, they are being creative, and I've got nothing against the Flaming Lips. I think they're a fine band. The thing is, for me, I just find this dystopian and horrible, and I would refuse to do anything in a bubble. I'm talking about not a metaphorical bubble here, but an actual bubble, like being in a bubble. And once again, I think that society is going to have to, at some point, develop some sort of stoicism around this whole thing. I don't think that this bubble thing is going to be a financial solution. But they got to figure something out, because before long, your favorite artist is going to be able to afford neither illicit substances or the rehab to deal with not having those. And that ain't going to go well. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast, Radio Baloney, The Richie Baloney Show. It's on every platform, including Spreaker. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.